All right, let's dive into one of history's most mind-bending claims. It's a mystery that has stumped people for literally thousands of years. And today, we're going to investigate it together. The day the sun supposedly just stopped in the sky.
I mean, that's the big question, isn't it? It comes from the ancient book of Joshua, and it describes something that just seems to fly in the face of everything we know about physics. So, could it have really happened?
Okay, so to get to the bottom of this, we've got to do what any good detective would do. We have to open up the case file, the original text, and see what exactly the claim is. So there it is. You have this leader, Joshua, in the middle of a huge battle. And he doesn't just pray for a little more daylight. No, he issues a direct command to the cosmos, an order for the sun and the moon to just halt. The language is so incredibly bold, you can almost feel it. Right, so if you take this literally, it's describing a straight-up miracle, where the entire solar system was put on pause. But as soon as you think about that, the scientific part of your brain has to kick in and say, hold on a minute, that would create a massive problem.
So now let's put on our forensic scientist hats. For the sun to look like it's standing still, our planet, Earth, would have to stop rotating. And that begs a really important question. What would actually happen if it did?
And asking this question is where we leave the ancient text behind for a moment and step right into the world of modern physics. And trust me, the consequences aren't just a really, really long day. It's something else entirely.
Okay, so think about it. The Earth's surface stops dead. But everything on it, the oceans, the air, us, every building, would keep going at over 1,000 miles an hour because of momentum. We're talking about a global cataclysm, a planet-scouring event that would make any asteroid impact look tame. So yeah, a literal stop seems pretty much impossible without, breaking reality itself.
So if a literal stop means total annihilation, maybe we're reading the story wrong. What if there's a hidden clue, something lost in translation that changes everything? Well, for that, we have to look at the original language the story was written in.
And this is where things get really interesting. You see, that key Hebrew word that we've always translated as stand still, well, it turns out it has another very different meaning: be silent.
The word is damam, and in ancient Hebrew, it's not just about stopping movement. It often means to stop inactivity, to cease, to go quiet. So commanding the sun to be silent might not be about stopping its journey across the sky, but about stopping its main activity, shining. Whoa, that one word just blows this whole investigation wide open.
So, with this new linguistic clue in our back pocket, how does that change things? Well, suddenly a bunch of new theories become possible. Theories that don't involve breaking all the laws of physics.
So here are the three main suspects in our lineup. First, you've got divine miracle. This theory says, yep, the laws of physics were just put on hold. It's beyond science. Second, there's epic poetry. This suggests the language was never meant to be literal. It's just a grand, poetic way of saying this was a victory of cosmic importance. And then there's our new possibility, a natural event. If Joshua told the sun to be silent or stop shining, maybe he was poetically describing something like a solar eclipse, where the sun's light is dramatically snuffed out in the middle of the day.
So what's the big takeaway here? The goal of an investigation like this isn't always about finding a single smoking gun answer. It's about seeing how ancient stories can have these incredible layers of meaning. And when you bring in different tools like physics and linguistics, you can peel back those layers and see that the truth of a story can be something literal or poetic or metaphorical.
And that really leaves us with a much bigger question to think about. When we read these amazing ancient accounts, what kind of truth are we actually looking for? Are we hoping for a scientific report? Or are we looking for a deeper meaning, told through language so powerful it has lasted for thousands of years? Because how you answer that, well, that changes everything.